Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. I'm going to start today with the SPX on the monthly chart. And guys, this is the .com, this is the housing, this is the QE bubble. So we pretty much in the last 8 years, we went from this low of 666 guys, and all the way almost to 2,500. What a rally it's been. Even from these guys here, we haven't, in the same amount, well, this is about 6 years here, what, 2002 to 8, yeah, about 6 years there. This one went a little bit longer because it came down from back in the day, back in here. And gosh, amazing run, guys. But that's the reason why I cannot go long. If it goes up, that's fine. It's going up without me. Maybe we'll catch some intraday scalps here and there. But other than that, I cannot get interested in long swing trades right now. So that's me. I'm sticking to my plan. And if you want to follow me, let's do this. So let's go back to the SPY daily chart. Daily chart, nothing wrong. A little bit of follow through, a little bit of volume. We did close above yesterday's high, so that's a good sign if you're bullish. That 247 area is still in the cards, guys. 250 even. It could even go a little bit higher and pierce through. So let's see what happens tomorrow or on next week's action. We have a full trading week. Watch the volume. Let's see if we continue grinding up, and let's see if we get more. I want to see good volume start picking up and this thing start really pushing into these highs. The jam is through here. If it does, again, we'll add more shorts up here, and maybe we'll catch an intraday where it comes in. We get a bounce here and there, so I wouldn't mind making some money intraday scalping. Weekly chart. Weekly chart, same thing. Nice follow through. Volume was pretty light the last 2 weeks, though, so you got to keep an eye on that. Again, I want to see it close above this area, above 250 on a weekly close and follow through. Right now, we're going up, but we're coming into some good resistance up here with this trend line channel, so keep an eye on that on the weekly. And then on the monthly, like I said with the SPX, the reasons why we just can't go long, because we're a little bit long in the tooth up here, guys. It can happen at any time, or we could go up for another 6 months. I don't know. I think we're in some irrational market times, and we just got to take it day by day and see what they give us. All right, let's go to the daily on the IWM. Good volume today again, with a little more follow through, but we did go into the old all-time high back in here today, guys. So that was a little bit of resistance right around 141. The high of the day was 141.02. Gosh, that would have been a good scalp for the short. Just didn't catch it today, but it came right back in, held the high, pivots over here in this consolidation, which was once resistance. That's now support. So let's see if this sets up sideways for higher prices, or we get follow through, or does it just gap down and come right back in? If you're bearish, you got to get back below these MAs. If you're bullish, stay here, set up maybe a little wedge going into the 20 MA, curling in the price, and then boom, right through here. Then we're going to 145 and even 150, just like 250, just like let's go 6,500 on the NASDAQ, and let's go, maybe 21,500 on the Dow. All the 25 numbers in there, the 65 number. Just throwing that out there, guys. So came back in off this area here. So right now we're waiting for pattern. Weekly chart, same thing. Good bullish pattern up here, though, guys. Got back above the MAs. This is good bullish action. If this thing doesn't start ripping up, it's got to start going anytime. And this has been going for weeks, guys. So if you want to buy some calls to protect yourself, if you're in some shorts, you possibly can. Don't go crazy. Maybe $1,000 in a position. Buy them up here, but this is a pretty good weekly chart, but we're long in the tooth. That's the only thing that stops me from doing anything. But if you are in any long positions, just tighten the stops and don't turn a great trade into a garbage trade. I mean, especially if you're in here from even down in here, that's about around $100. Take something off the table, guys. That's a great move. That's a 40% move. So just pull something off, protect it. You don't want to get all of a sudden it comes down like this in 4 or 5 months, and we're right back down to 118 or so. So just protect these trades, guys. That's all I'm saying. Qs, gosh, this one just keeps going, guys. We're almost into the 145 area. I have an area at 153.27, 150 area. This thing keeps going, and it's getting a little bit long in the tooth, even on the monthly, guys. That's a little scary to me, but that's me. High flyer. Weekly, still stretched, 145 coming in, so, but nothing wrong above the MAs. Getting a little bit long in the tooth, though, now. Now it's getting a little bit, like, all right, what's going on here? But, you know, some people have price points they need to get to, and they're going to do whatever they can to get it there. A little bit more volume came in today, still light, though. Let's see if this thing has some follow-through on Monday, Tuesday to get over the 145 area, and possibly that 150 to 153 area. Here we come. So, this thing doesn't make it up there, it comes right back in. If you're bearish, you need to get back below these MAs, hit this pivot. We crack through this stuff, we'll go right down, gap fill, boom, and we'll be back to 125 in no time. So just beware. If you're long, tighten the stops like I've been preaching, and don't turn a good trade into a bad trade. So we did close above the all-time high today of 211.59. So we got the 212.21, and we closed above it. So great news for the weekend. Hype this thing up. Talk about it on CNBC, how high we can go. 215, 220, 225 quarter number, and the pivot here right around 226 now. Remember when it was back here? 220, 220, and as we're going, it's rising. So let's see. Good bullish pattern, even on the daily here. We'll go to the weekly and everything. Great bullish pattern, guys. If this thing starts taking off, you could get up into this area. But if it doesn't, these patterns fail, guys, it's going to be lights out. So that's why it's just be careful. Real careful. Again, bullish pattern above the MAs weekly too. Nothing wrong. Nice little V at the bottom here. Catches some support at the 50 and right back up to the high. So this thing keeps going. That's where that trend line comes from down in here. It's nothing great, but you know, I like doing some of these to see if they come into play. You could probably draw one back here a little bit more. Let's go to the monthly real quick. Even the monthly a little bit stretched, guys, on the DIA. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. All right, just like the IWM, that has to be leading just like the IYT. The IYT is trying to get back to the highs again. Pretty magical. We've been talking about down here. Hey, this thing's got to lead. This thing's in. Oh, look at this. Dun, 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 right to the highs again. Gets over the pivot, but same thing like the IWM. You start hitting this good area of consolidation, which becomes resistance, especially at the upper end range. And you know what, guys? Let me do this too. I'm going to just do the more short-term retrace because it's looking like we're back into the 750. Look at that, 750 right there. Damn. So, yeah, nice pullback. Nice. I mean, look at this. Oh, I wish I would have bought calls in this. Mamma mia, that would have been epic right there. So this thing rips up, finds an area, pulls back, maybe puts here, guys. If you want to take a stab, you possibly can. But let's see if this thing goes sideways for a week or two and then just dissolves them so we could get a better price. If I do anything with puts, I'll let you know. But this thing, nice little tail here. Now you got the trend line as well coming to this top, so you're going to have more resistance there as well. So keep an eye on this one. It has to lead, guys. If this one starts leading, then the market should start going higher. Again, got great resistance up here. It's coming off of a low, though, and a nice 2 weeks up. So let's keep an eye on that. Slightly bullish, too. I mean, it is because you're above the MAs. You're up and kind of choppy for me. I like the IWM better, but got to respect it, guys. Then the monthly chart. Monthly chart, nothing wrong. You have this little tail up in here. Hasn't closed above it and confirmed, so we got to keep an eye on that. As long as it's chopping around sideways, nothing wrong. We have this big down, up, inside bar monthly chart, so it could still go higher. Let's keep an eye on the IWM, especially on the monthly. We still have the rest of the month to go, though, so plenty of time. Let's go to the USO. USO, guys. Oh, my gosh. Daily charts. Look at that. We came right back in, and they popped it right back up. They got to get it back above 10 in this trend line in the 20 MA. They got to get it back maybe 1020, 1030. You know, even the 50 MA would be even better. So they're going to try. Again, we didn't really have a defined pattern here. We are slightly bearish. Came in, slightly bearish here, came down. I would have liked to see this one go a little bit longer and then come in. That's why it's a little bit weak as it's moving down, so it's kind of bouncing at every level. Still have a gap fill down here, 943. So let's wait for a pattern. Let's see what next week gives us with going sideways or a retrace or keeps moving down. But right now, if you got, gosh, a little bit more, we would have added to the SCO right here, or we would have bought it. Just didn't make it. Still kind of TO'd about that one. All right, let's go to the UUP. UUP is pretty much same action. We've been talking about this. This is bearish down here below the MAs. 20's curling down. Let's see if the 20 curls in the price. But right now we had a little bit lower. We closed below this low pivot, which is big, but still have to see what we do next week. Could pop back above, or that could be the beginning of the next wave down to the 24 area. We are waiting down here to go long the dollar, so let's see what happens. Next week, maybe the following week. But well, if we went straight down, that would be epic. So keep an eye on this one, guys. Brahma does not need higher oil prices. That's why this is coming down. Oil's trying to pop up, but the OPEC stuff that's going on is affecting the oil right now too. So they're trying to drive this thing down to get oil prices up. But the big money, as the central bankers guy, is not going to let that happen. So beware of that. With the dollar down, gold up, though, I do like that correlation right now. So keep an eye on that. So that was pretty, it comes out attack here and there, but we'll talk about the gold in a minute. Right now, UUP again, starting to crack below the gap fill as well. Let's see if this starts to head lower. You still have some gap fills down in here, but the big ones I'm looking for is down there. And then, of course, this low pivot at 23.97 or so. All right, sorry to be hopping around a little bit, going back to the USO price, but my gosh, they're trying to get this down, oil up, and oil keeps slipping, and wow, it's pretty amazing what these markets can do. Weekly chart on the UUP, guys. Same thing, bearish, below the MAs, 20s curling in. That's why I'm still thinking 24 area. Now the 200 MA on the weeklies there too. Even a better spot, guys, for a long. Let's go monthly really quick. Monthly, same thing, but pretty beat down. I like that 24. Oh man, 24 on the month. That's your spot right there. 24, guys. That hits there, you gotta buy the dollar or the UUP. But we'll be talking about it when that time comes. Now let's look at the GLD. GLD, 89 cents up, trying to make another run here, guys. We've been talking about this bullish pattern. We need to get above this trend line, and boom, we did. So let's see if we can keep it rolling. And we got to get above this area right here too now. So that's first step. Let's wait for pattern as we get some follow through. Just like the indexes, volume came in pretty good as we pushed up, but started fading today. But again, bullish pattern. We are above the MAs, 20s curling up. So let's see if we can start shooting up and attack these highs. I'd love to get to the 125 to 130. I'll sell the rest of my position and I'll be done with gold. We might even short it up there. Or who knows, maybe we'll do quarter position and let a quarter run. As the markets start coming in, GLD is going to start ripping heads off. So let's look at the weekly really quick. Weekly, same thing. There's your big trend line starting to go. I mean, if this thing goes, that's your next pivot right around 123.20, 125 area. Then 128.05, and then I think we could get right up here in the 130, 131s. That breaks, and we're going much higher, guys. We're going to be looking over here, and then so on and so forth. You have a big gap right here around 144. Yeah, I think this thing could take off, so I want to be in at least a quarter position. Or if it gets up in here, retraces, maybe we reload a little bit more, and boom, get the next wave up. So keep an eye on gold. This one's still looking pretty good. Again, we closed weekly on above that. I want to see some follow-out. I would love on the following week for it to close around 125. That would tell us 130 is coming in the near future. Let's go to Jnug real quick here. I get emails on this one every day. You do a video, and yeah, I'll do a video for you guys. Almost recaptured the 20 MA. Looking strong. This is still bullish. Still holding these lows. We crack the low pivot here, and we get below this one, then it can be on to the downside. So be careful with that. But right now, hold on to this. There was some profit taken. You get this thing at 14, you sell at 20. You get it, a couple dollar retrace. You buy back more. The half position you sold, you do a quarter down here, and you ride a quarter. You always take the profits, guys. And then we're just going to do the GDXJ, which is really the gold miners too. Right now, we close pretty much right on top, right below it. If you look at that, still slightly bearish. I'd still like to get a little bit lower, but it might not happen. As long as we hold these pivots in here, we're still doing okay. If it does close below that, that means we made we got a little bit lower from this high. So got to watch for that. We still have a trend line down here. So that's about it, guys. So the miners are holding up okay. Nothing great. That's what they're doing though. Every time we get a bounce, they're taking profits, guys. They're not waiting around. Get a bounce, taking profits. And this came up too. You had the 200 MA. You had a little bit of resistance there as well. All right, guys, if you like the videos, go to StockBookie.com, sign up for the free membership. You get email alerts, trade ideas, and we're going to do some live sessions in the weeks to come. So All right, thanks for watching my videos, guys. I really appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.